Y'all doing? If you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. We got 4 items today, because I just felt like doing 4. We got Sorry, we got Monopoly, have a bag of Funko Pops, and then we have a nearly vintage Transformer. So, 22 years old. I don't know anything about it. It looks good. I'm excited. And I paid $2 for it. So, whoops. Forgot to reset that. $7.50 spent. And let's start with Sorry. Alright. Sorry is one of the 4 board games we buy for parts. Those 4 are Sorry, Clue, Monopoly, and Game of Life, because they all have multiple sets of parts. One set pays for the box, the rest is gravy. So, the board is ripped in half, that's good. Glad we're reselling, and that doesn't matter to us. Way to go, people that give literal junk to thrift shops. Alright, so we got our pawns or movers. That's one set, and then the cards are the other set of this. Looks like we got all of our pawns. Am I missing one? One. Oh, that's it. Well, that happens. So I'm missing a green. And then we got the cards is the other part of this that we sell. Well, can't do much with the pawns. Let's check out the cards. These are actually in really rough shape. Probably hard to tell on the camera. Most of these have been bent in half. So, yeah, I can't sell these. You know, you make the choice if you want to sell something and just list that it's damaged. I don't bother doing that with most stuff unless it's like vintage stuff that's rare. You can sell it at a discount and it makes sense to do so. But, yeah. Got our... Oh no, that one's not even usable. See? Somebody, it's like impact damage. So I'm really down 2 green. So I'll bust out my tackle box. I had this for a little bit. Showed it off in the last video. This is what I'm putting all my spare parts into. I don't think I have any greens. I got one hollow bottom, and then it's like the classic green. So that doesn't really do me any good because I had to throw that other one out. Crap, if that wasn't damaged, that would have been good. Red, but that's a different one. Sorry changes their stuff up a lot. I also had like 2 shades of blue at a point. I messed with my camera settings. I don't even know if this looks... Yeah, I guess that looks alright. I messed with them. I don't know if it's better or not. So, unfortunately, that Sorry was a bust. It gave me a lot of tokens to use down the road at any rate. So, that was only $1 though. I'm not going to sweat that. So, we got Monopoly. This is the one with the money bag. Now, rejiggered my token list for Monopoly. I started selling the classic 10 count like mad. But the money bag's not selling. It's also a 10 count, but people just aren't into it. So I'm hoping I have enough pieces to actually make the 10 count. And then I'll just ignore the money bag. So it looks good. It's the ship and the cannon are the ones that were originally removed from, or eventually removed from Monopoly. And that's what makes it the classic. Monopoly started as a 10-player game, and as families got smaller and people stopped going over people's houses to play board games, they started removing pieces. Now it's like a 4-player game. But yeah, so I can make a 10 count. I'm going to ignore this because they don't move. I got some hotels and houses, and I'm starting to sell those now, which is really nice. So the magic number is 87 houses and 34 hotels in one bundle that will sell. I've sold 2. So I build back up. We'll get another listing of that, and I'll add to it if I have to. We got money. That's the other part of this. It's in really good shape. Kind of bent, but it'll be okay. I package this up and it'll flatten out over time. And nothing else in here. Yeah, so I'm not going to count the hotels and houses. We'll just do... Alright, let's look at this Funko. Funko Pops. The bubble burst on this a while ago. If you can get them cheap, and you can get them out of the boxes, which is really the only way you get them cheap at this point, you could do pretty well on them. So I waited for this. You know, this is a Goodwill thing, and they go... Tag color this week is gray. So this has been here for 5 weeks and nobody bought it at $6. But I found it and got it for $3. $1 each, I could do that. This guy doesn't want to stand up. That's okay. Bend him a little bit. There we go. So we got... It's probably from Elf. I don't know who that is. I think that might be a Fortnite guy. I'm not too good with these, unfortunately. Let's see. We may have to Google Lens this because I'm going to be lost here. I'm guessing... Okay, so this says Epic Games, so that's a Fortnite thing for sure. This also says Epic Games. Like he has some damage to his face. Maybe he's supposed to be like that. He's like a statue. But I don't know. And this says... Didn't say anything. Okay. So we're going to have to lens these because I actually don't know. Then we can start digging into prices. Oh, got our answer there. They're actually all Fortnite. That is not from the movie Elf. That is an elf from Fortnite. So, we're talking about the bubble bursting here. We're going to look into this. I haven't looked at this in a bit. 1.7 million pops for sale. That's higher than I thought. That is outrageous. How many have sold? 330,000, which is a lot. But at that rate, what is that, 20%? Not a great sell-through, and the issue is, like, if this was a particular item, Duke, the original Duke from G.I. Joe, and there are 1.7 million for sale, which there wouldn't be, but anyways, and 300,000 sold, you would say, okay, I just have to be the cheapest, or within, a reasonable price range. The issue is 1.7 million pops. They make a pop for everything. And they make multiple pops of everything for everything. I don't know how many exist, but it's very difficult to move these. Unless you have something rare, or if you get them out of the box. People will pick them up cheaply because they want them, to not display or to display on their desk or something, but not be serious about it. Anyways, doesn't matter. So we got Fortnite, and I wrote down some numbers, so we'll see who this is. And so this is Codename Elf, Target exclusive. So looking at it, I bet this feather is a pain point, but I got mine. He looks in decent shape. So we got 109 of these. 6 sold. And that's the thing, is this is going to be tough. Okay. We got 2, and this is stupid. Like, nobody's going to want this. I don't think people are going to list it, honestly. The ones in the box aren't even selling. Brutal. Yeah. I mean, we're selling these for at a loss at this point, so I'm not even going to bother, honestly. And this is where you draw the line between being a hoarder and being a reseller. That's never going to move at a sub 6% sell through, and the ones that sold were at a loss. Let's not bother. Okay. We got 436. That's going to be this guy. This is Raptor, who is now kind of standing up. So he's in good shape. 235 Raptor for sale. 20 sold, so that's better. So we're going to be able to list this guy. Now, out of the box, I'm thinking he's probably just going to be an $8. Because they're going for 9 and 10 in the box. No, I'm going to have to wait for this guy to sell, so that's a problem. And that's one. Last one, 6 watchers. Eventually it'll move, so I'm confident that that's going to go for 8. $0.50 to go. Now I am concerned with this one because it looks like he has damage, but I don't know if that's what he's supposed to look like. Because he kind of looks like a statue, but it'd be kind of odd for a pop to have weird facial damage. But no, I think that's actually legit. So this is Love Ranger. So I just wanted to find a good picture of him. Okay, so he's supposed to look like this. Cool, I thought maybe a cat was biting it. But it's alright, okay. Now we know. We got Love Ranger. 419 Love Rangers. 23 sold, that's not very good. 5. And these are selling mostly at a loss. And this is what happens with the bubble burst, is people start trying to get out of positions, and they're willing to sell at a break-even point or a small loss to avoid losing money later. I'm in it for $1, however. I don't think I'm going to bother listing it. All the ones that are selling are at a loss. If I look here in a box for $7.50, it's not going to work. So, unfortunately, my kids will think that's the coolest thing they ever got, though. So, we got Raptor, and that's all we got out of this. So, is this vintage Transformer worth 50 cents? Probably. Let's check it out. We got this Transformer. This is a 2003. It is a Decepticon. I'm not great with Transformers. I know Starscream's the bad guy Jet, but I don't know if that's him or not. Now, I grabbed it because it was $2, and you can't miss effectively. Even if I were just pull parts off and sell them, I would make that back. But it looks like it's in really good shape. Like, all these kind of pain points are here. That action works pretty good. It is missing like something that mounts at the top. You can see pegs. Unless we transform it and it does something. I don't really know how to transform this guy. Looks like this rotates. Alright. Give it a go. So we got like a leg, a knee, Oh, okay. So that's his landing gear, but we're trying to make him a robot. So. Oh, cool. You pull that out. It's like a knee pad or something. You get this better on camera. There's his head. That back. Okay. It seems like it rotates. I don't really know. It's supposed to do something else. Yeah, I think it does. I don't know why you want it like that, but I guess. Let's restyle him at this point. That looks pretty sharp. He's not missing anything, I don't think. Looks like something would clip on here, like a cannon. And whatever was clipped to his back, maybe that's actually what's missing, and they go on the shoulders. But he looks good, and he's pretty easy to transform. So he's 2003, and that's what I got. So let's look up 2003 Transformer, and we'll see. I don't know if they were doing like they got into like Voyager class and all this other stuff. I don't think they were doing that at the time. So we're just going to put 2003 Transformer Jet. And here he is. Megatron plane. Okay, so yeah, he's missing like a tank. So it's like a whole other Transformer that we don't got. That one's broken. Or it's not even the same one. Yeah, so this one, okay, there's like a sword with the tank. What else are we missing? Oh, okay, that's the things that go on here. Are like these plastic, like, clear guys. So Megatron... Energon? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The Energon series has this kind of like clear plastic. Okay, so he's not complete. But he's not bad. He's not broken. So I think we can do something with this, though. 71 of these for sale. So this is the tank. And the tank is selling for almost as much as the guy without the tank. And when we're looking at stuff, when you see 60 bucks and 10 watchers, and I don't know if this one's complete, then that's kind of where you're at. No, it's not complete because this one's $100. It has way more watchers. So let's look. 71 for sale. 19 sold. We got one in the package. We got one no accessories. This is exactly what we have, and that's had a bid war for it, $37. Somebody did bid one loose with Megatron cannon thing. Leader class is saying this. That makes sense. This is same as ours, 28. This guy sold that really cheaply. So, yeah, we're definitely going to move him. But we don't have all the parts. Now, this is a good example of I could go back. So this was not here Sunday. Today is Monday. Whenever I release this, I don't know. But at this moment, it is a Monday. I was at the same store Sunday. No, I always go back Monday because they get more donations over the weekend, and then they start putting them out on Monday. So I know this wasn't there. If I go back tomorrow, I might find the tank. It's possible that it's in a bag, that they did drop it off. It kind of fell off or was in a bin. It's possible. Will I get to it? I don't know. But that is something you can do. I had a lot of success with Dino Riders. We did the video on them and ended up going back and finding a whole other box of Dino Riders. So sometimes it's worth it to pop in and see, just in case there's more stuff that came in that didn't get shelved yet. So I'm thinking price-wise, I think we're going to do 25 and I'll charge for shipping. That puts us there. And it'll go pretty quick. At this sell-through, I think it'll move reasonably priced. I'll be one of the cheapest unless somebody puts another one up. He's pretty cool. And that's not a bad pickup for having some losses early on. Sorry, it was a loss entirely. The pops weren't great, but we knew this was going to be good. So if you like reseller content, toy content, like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.